It's my birthday and that's on period. Actually my birthday. Today is the Monday, but it's my birthday week. So basically it is my birthday, but you guys are watching this on my birthday. Right now I'm getting hella drunk. I'm joking, I'm not. No. Girls, welcome back to my channel and happy birthday to me. Woo! So I was just on the YouTube. For some reason my old channel keeps getting recommended to me in videos. I don't know why, but it is funny. Good throwback to when I had terrible eyebrows and terrible edges. And it recommended to me a video I did when I turned 17, which is 4 years ago, which baffles me. I filmed it on my birthday and it was called 17 Things I Learned at 17. And I thought, oh, that's so cute. So I thought to recreate it, and hopefully I'll do this every year. Maybe I'll run out at some point, because thinking of 21 was actually a bit difficult. Without further ado, we're going to go into it because we actually hate long intros. I just moved the camera because I felt like I was like all the way down here. It was weird. Number one, what are we finna say? That my life would be nothing without Jesus. And that did take me 18 years of my life to figure that out, but top thing that I've learned in my life, and it is the best thing I've learned in my life. Number two is solitude shouldn't be feared but embraced. I have learned in probably the last few years of my life that I love being alone, and I used to be so afraid of being alone because I was like so caught up in my own feelings that like even just being in a room with no music on made me like deep my life. I couldn't do it. But now I really enjoy time on my own. I love weekends where I don't really have anything planned. The only thing I do really is like sit in my room, I'll read, I'll play the piano. Aside from God, we are the only person that we are with 24/7, and it is so important that we know ourselves, that we feel comfortable with ourselves, and we just like actually enjoy time on our own. Like it shouldn't be something that we run away from. It should be something that we lavish in. My own company is great. I really like it. Number three is reading is the best pastime. I used to love reading as a child, but then I kind of got out of it. I think everyone kind of does. And then in A-levels I did English literature and language, and obviously had to read. I had no choice. And I was like, oh, books are actually pretty cool, to be fair. And now I am addicted to books. My goal this year is to read 20 books. But I'm secretly aiming for more, but I will not write that down because I'll be disappointed in myself if I don't make it. I always wanted to do like a video about like books that I read, but I feel like that's so boring. But if you guys want to like know, maybe I could do like books that I read in 2022 and like give a review. Maybe. Shut up. Number four is you're never too old to learn something new. Hobbies are such a benefit in life, and I recently picked up piano again. I bought a keyboard for Christmas. I had piano lessons in like primary school, and then I just carried on teaching myself how to play piano with like stuff on YouTube. It just sends me into another world, and I really enjoy it, and it's nice to like have something to learn and work on outside of work. You're never too old. I picked it up approximately a month ago, so you can too. I've actually learned Whitney Houston on the piano. Number five, this is probably under Jesus the most important thing. Cheese goes well on almost everything. Like, girl, if you haven't discovered that, the beauty of cheese. I'm not just talking about the cheddar. I'm talking about a variety of the cheeses. They go on everything. I love it. I think if I went like a week without cheese, something would go wrong. Like in my fridge, when I move out, the necessities: cheese, cucumber, mayo. Not necessarily together. Number six, fame is fleeting. I discovered this in a very difficult way. Actually, the reason why I created this channel, if you guys know, most of you probably do, I had a very big and successful channel in the past. It reached like nearly 70,000 subscribers. I was thriving, I was making money, I was getting loads of brand deals. Like, I know if I carried on at the same pace that I was and I didn't become a Christian and like I kind of just stayed in my niche type thing, I would be big. I don't know how big, but I would be big. Like, I wouldn't need to work. letting go of that channel, as you know. I've got a video, it will be here if I'm right, of like the reason why I dropped that channel. Quick backstory though. Well, I became a Christian and I just grew up. I went viral when I was 16. It was ridiculous and it definitely got to my head. Always wanted to be a YouTuber. So, you know, this isn't just like I wanted the money, I wanted the attention. Like talking, you know, that's something that I am very good at. And YouTube just worked for me. I love being creative. I do marketing now, like cameras, lights, equipment, you know, how to grow a YouTube channel, the strategies behind it, the ideas. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But it definitely just then switched and became all about the numbers. It just reminded me, like, if you chase these things so much that are all about vanity and all about like self-satisfaction, you will never truly be whole. I was never really whole. And when I look back now and compare old Elodie to new Elodie on YouTube, I am so much more fulfilled doing this because I'm doing what I want to do. I want it to be authentic. I want people, when they look at my videos, to see Jesus, not to see Elodie. I want them to see Elodie, but through Jesus, not just like me, like this is all about me, like I love myself, you know. Number 7, your past only defines you if you let it. I have gone through some in my life. It has held me back tremendously. It has held me back in the way I view myself and my relationship with God, and very much so my relationship with Naz as well. Hurt that took me a long time to get over, and it didn't really end up being hurt about them. It was just hurt about like, how could I have done this to myself, like all the terrible decisions I made and like how it's really impacted my life. I realise now that it was only holding me back because I was literally living there. Like I was setting up camp there. I had pillows, I had cushions, I had Netflix, I had slippers, I had Crocs. Like I had the whole spiel. I had central heating there. I was very, very, very comfortable. I was not willing to just accept and be looking forward. I was always looking behind. I'm not saying it's not hard. Like there's days where it's tough. There's days where I cry. There's days where I just think like, gosh, like what have I done to my life? Even now. But I no longer want to rest in it. That scripture in Isaiah where it talks about like, I will make a way in the wasteland, like that scripture, I remember I read it once when I was going through depression, girl. God will make a way out of no way. He will turn things that were inexplainably doomed into something inexplainably incredible. Number 8, it's okay to have a normal job. If you guys haven't seen my video about my new job, it will be here. I'm really hoping that it's this side because I used to know this stuff. This is why I need to film Elodie, because you knew where everything was when you pointed to stuff. I did a video about like my new job and the whole journey, and I touched on the fact that I'm really enjoying work, and that was something that I never really expected to. My mum is an entrepreneur. I've grown up with like the entrepreneurial mindset. You know, I started the YouTube channel. When I was thriving on YouTube, there was nothing in my mind that ever made me think that I would have to go into like a normal job. And then when I did work, at the end I wanted a career kind of, but I didn't want it to go past like 25. By then I want to start my own business and leave the corporate world because I thought there was bondage. Like I had convinced myself from a very, very young age that a 9 to 5 is the epitome of capitalism and it's just not like beneficial. And it's not saying that I've let go of the entrepreneurial dream, but you can definitely still be entrepreneurial in your work. Depends where you are. And I've also realised that it's genuinely okay to like not be top of the top. Like I am 20 years old right now, but when you're watching this, I'm 21. Thank you. So I'm so young and I like had this expectation that I wanted to, you know, be making like 2-3 grand a month purely from my own business, no job, like just vibing. And it's a good dream and I'm glad that I'm ambitious, but sometimes it's like you have to be okay with the season that you are in right now, and you will continue to grow, you'll continue to learn to the point where God will equip you and guide you and instruct you as to when the right time is. I don't know when the right time is, and before, if I didn't know, I had my whole life planned out. If I didn't know where I was going to be by a certain time, that gave me anxiety. But now it's like, God's got me. You have to care about what you're given right now because you'll never be given more. You'll never really appreciate what you're given when you get given more. Work is not the devil, guys, and I think social media has a massive part to play in that. Like we see influencers all the time who don't have a normal job, who have like all the time in the world, and like us 9 to 5ers feel like we're just trapped. No, you're not. Number 9. Oat milk is a lifesaver. Girl, if you don't know, lactose intolerance has had me in chains since I was about 2 or 3. And it's not even lactose intolerance because I tried lactose-free milk and it was still making me vomit. Like, we're not talking like the other way. We're talking this way. I get a full-blown nausea. I lose my limbs. Like, I've not even been able to stand up. Like, I'm vomiting. I'm like falling all over the place. I don't know what it is, but I tried for years different types of milks. Soy milk. I tried goat's milk. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Whoever created that, well, God created it. God, I don't know what you were doing. I don't think you wanted us to drink it though, so that's actually our bad. Then I tried coconut milk, way too like watery, like it just felt like I was drinking breast milk or something. I didn't try breast milk, that was one thing I didn't try. Almond milk, I tried it a bit. I had it in my crunchy nut cornflakes, that was nice because it's like nutty, but like it's not something I'd want in my tea or my coffee. Like, and I then tried oat milk, but it was only really like till I started work, and they have like the Outpro brand, the barista one. Oh my gosh, like and guess what? No more bellyache, no more vomiting, and no more that, because let's be real, it does happen, but there was more the vomiting that I was trying to avoid. But I am not like cold turkey with dairy. Like, I'll have ice cream. I'm trying. If I pass a Mr. Whippy on a hot summer's day, I am stopping, and I'm gonna get a fat flake in it. Thank you very much. Number 10, physical health is so important. I've realized this very recently. I mentioned it in my other video, how I'd gained weight. I am over halfway through my goal of getting back to what I was originally. Let me be like honest. I'll just be honest with you guys. So my weight all my teenage years was 8 pounds. 8 pounds. If I was 8 pounds, someone called the ambulance. I was 8 stone, and I didn't realize how much weight I gained, but the highest I weighed was 9 stone, 2 pounds, which isn't drastic. I noticed that it was not just my weight, it was my activity level. And then when I did do activity level, why was I like hyperventilating, dying? Because I like walked up a flight of stairs, you know? It just became something that I wasn't very comfortable with, and I knew that this wasn't like my prime body. Originally, I was like very obsessed with just the looks, and it made me feel very insecure about myself. But now I love working out. Like, I really do. I've been doing Grow with Jo. I don't know if you guys have heard of her. Very good workouts, and they are the only thing that actually motivate me to keep working out. I actually quit the gym because of her. I just feel a lot better, like, in myself. I, you know, obviously physically see the weight drop off, but it's also like mentally good. Times where I'm stressed, I will work out. Like, I get the full-on good feel hormones. If you get yourself in the swing of it, like, you won't regret it, and I have learned that I definitely haven't regretted it. Number 11, a cluttered space is a cluttered mind. I am naturally not a tidy person. Like, let's be real. I used to have one of those rooms where you could see everything but the carpet. Like, I would just chuck my clothes on the floor, and where I put it will be where I find it when I need it again. Like, I was not a tidy child. I didn't like clean. Like, I almost like thrived in mess in like a weird way. But then when I got my new room, I got it all done up, you know, I got it painted, like all like my decorations, and I was like, oh, like, this is like my space, like I want to take care of it. And then as I grew up, I would always be told by my mum that if I don't take care of my space that I have now, I won't take care of my house. And the thought of me having a messy house and people coming over and me being embarrassed, like, really like stressed me out. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, like, I'm not. Like, my desk is actually like quite messy right now. Tidying is important, and a lot of people don't talk about it because people don't want to admit that they're messy, but I'm pretty sure that 99% of the population is untidy in some way. None of us are perfect, but it's all about implementing habits that then build up to you like being a tidy person. Even though mentally you're not a tidy person, but like, because you do it all the time, you're tidy. You feel me? Number 12, mundane life is so fulfilling. If I could describe to you my perfect day, I would get up, I would like journal and do a devotional. I would do a workout, have like a nice shower with like really nice body wash and stuff, and then I'd do my hair, I'd get changed and everything, and I would like go for a nice walk. I would get coffee. I would go to the supermarket. Like, I would like sit on a bus just so I could look out the window and like have Taylor Swift on my headphones, and I'd go home. I used to be such a sociable person, and I don't think I'm not, like, well, I'm not as sociable, but I was very, very, very sociable, where like everything was about like the next party. I like to travel. I like good food. I like a cocktail. I like fancy things in life, but I really don't fear like a normal life. Like I like it. Like I like having a Saturday where I just do like life admin and I clean and I catch up on some reading and I learn something on the piano. Like, you know, I just love that. I think that is one of the best ways to like actually feel okay about your life, because social media will trick you that you need to be doing something extraordinary all the time, but like just vibe, girl. Like just enjoy your life, and it doesn't need to be crazy. Number 13, you can never have too many jackets. My mum gets on at me all the time, like, why did you need a new jacket for this and this and this? Every like event I got a new jacket. Okay, but does it look good? Jackets like top off an outfit the same way as shoes and bags. Like accessories do everything. And also, I didn't write this down, but I guess this is an addition, maybe I'm 22 now. Basics, like having basics in your wardrobe is so important. Like a normal black t-shirt, a normal white t-shirt, a normal grey t-shirt. When I was younger, I would buy like an extravagant top or something and I'd be like, yeah, I love that top. But I would buy it because I liked the top, but not because I could envision it in an outfit. Now I shop with outfits in mind, because when you pair an essential with an essential, you look so put together. When you tie an essential with like something a bit out there, but the essential goes with the something a bit out there rather than two things a bit out there that just look weird, you will look like a bad bee. So rather, you know, you put together a bad bee, like, yeah, I don't know why I gave you like a fashion tip. Please don't go on my Instagram and start picking apart the fact that everything I wear is Primark. Thank you very much. Number 14, black nail polish does it all. I've only really figured this out in the past few weeks, but I thought it was really good enough that I put it in one of the 21 things that I've learned in my life. I love painting my nails. I used to get my nails done back to the point where my nails were literally damaged to like the nub. And then obviously I started taking care of my nails during lockdown. They are not perfect, but they are like growing a little bit longer. There's something about black nails in winter. Number 15, it's not about the amount of friends, it's about the quality of friends. I think this is something that pretty much everyone learns as they begin to get older. You know, school is always about like how popular you are, how many friends you have. I had a lot of friends, but now I look back and I'm not judging them in any way. Like, this is not to say like, oh, I had so many fake friends. Like, no, I just had a lot of acquaintances, and some reason I called them friend. Now, like, as I look over like all of my friends, all the people that I've met, I'm like, yeah, no, these people like genuinely care about me. Even if we don't talk all the time, I know that we have something so much deeper than just like, oh, she's my friend. Like, no, like, you're my friend. You really don't need loads of friends in order to thrive. And if you're a teenager, I know that can be really hard to imagine, because I used to think like, I want loads of friends because I want to be popular, but popularity only goes so far. Like, popularity doesn't make you happy. It makes you happy outwardly. People think you're happy, but you're not. Number 16, the less time you spend on social media, the better. Obviously, what are we on right now? Like, we're on social media. Don't stop watching me. Like, if you're gonna stop social media, stop everything but watching my videos. Honestly, social media is beneficial in so many ways, but it's also negative in so many ways. And the more I've like just learnt to enjoy life, not just life, I have been so much more mentally happy. We're always comparing different things, like, and it just becomes about vanity in the end. It's like we're only really living for what people think of us. Number 17, candles deserve to be lit all the time. Candles have added so much benefit in my life. They smell good, the ambiance is there. I love collecting them. I'm a candle collector. It is a great time. I saw something the other day about like, light that candle because you want to light that candle, not because you're trying to save a special time for it. Like, just enjoy your life. And I was like, preach it. Thank you. Number 18 is being strong only makes you weak. Trying to be your own savior all the time and figure everything out on your own only leads you to feel worse about yourself, worse about your situation, and just helpless. It's a human default to go straight to trusting yourself, going straight to like being strong, but it only makes you incapable. Controlling my whole life has just led me to extreme anxiety and mistakes. Number 19, there are good men in the world. Well, there is a good man in the world. I've had my fair share of negative, toxic, not great relationships. It genuinely affected the way that I saw men, and not really like I hate men. I was never that girl. Like, still had hope in men, but I was worried about like fully trusting one, or like if it was always going to be the same and I just kind of have to put up with it. Naz has changed my mind on men. It's made me realise that there is good men in the world, men that will love you, men that will let their guard down, men that won't just sugar you up, get what they want and leave. Naz is such a selfless, caring man. He just taught me so much about life and so much about myself, so much about God. It can be really easy to hold on to how people have hurt you and let that dictate every single thing, where like you don't let your guard down, you don't let him in, you're very cautious. And I think it's really important to like suss him out, of course, but sometimes you just have to let go. You have no idea how freeing it is after so many years of hurt and worry of like how a man's going to treat me, to know that I've like found someone that I genuinely feel safe with. Number 20. Relationships are harder than I imagined, but they're also more beautiful than I imagined. I have wanted like a boyfriend ever since I knew what the word was. Like I was obsessed with men, and it led to a lot of like insecurities, but we're not going to go into that. But the point is, I wanted a boyfriend because I thought having a boyfriend was cute. Doing all the cute stuff, like, oh, sweet. The media portrays that a lot. And even like in Christian culture, everyone on Christian TikTok is just talking about like how they want to get married, and they do not realize the emotional turmoil that relationships cause. And it's not because you're with someone that's wrong, it's because you're with someone, like a human who is not perfect, who will let you down, who you will have to open up to, who you have to apologize to. Ooh! You will be wrong. That is something we don't talk about either. Like, you'll be wrong. You'll have to be honest. Outside of my relationship with God, Nas is the most worthwhile pursuit I have ever gone on, ever, and will ever go on, ever. It's been tough. Like, it gets tough. It will be tough every now and then. That's just life. But I wouldn't want it with anyone else, and I've grown so much throughout every single like hardship we've had, and we've had a lot. I have come out stronger, he's come out stronger, and not in of ourselves, in God. Like, we just run to God and we trust him, and we know that he will conquer over all, and that is why we have grown the way we have and still standing to this day. And number 21, God works everything out for his good. I don't want to cry right now, but I am so proud of myself, and I'm so grateful, like first and foremost, so grateful to God, because there's been many situations where I didn't think I could do it. Like, do it as in like I just wanted to give up and not bother, or like literally give up. The thought of me like thriving in life, enjoying my life, not just surviving, thriving, that peace that passes all understanding, to know that he is King of Kings. Overall, he is a name above every other name, and he really does work everything out for his good. I know that what I've gone through, yes, was so hard, but I have matured so much. I've been able to help so many of you guys through your own difficult situations. The devil will do anything to tear you down, but God will use that attack and turn it into a blessing, which is the most beautiful thing about God. There's always a second chance, a third, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, billionth, because of Jesus' sacrifice on the cross for us. I'm going to leave it there. I reached 21. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'd love to hear what you guys have learned in your X years of living, or maybe like the one thing that you've learned that you stick by. Thank you for coming along this journey with me, and I'm so excited to keep growing with you. Bye!